Okay? And remember, just now I said that this year is represented by two big fires. So in Chinese Metaphysics, what does fire represent? A lot of things. It can represent emotions, revolutionary, justice, religion, idea creation, okay, creativity, warmth, and even positive impact to the society. Okay, let's move on. Okay, and fire horses here have often, if you look back in history, coincide with acceleration of change, so creating a lot of systemic and social tension. So it has often been known as an emotionally charged period. And this is actually marked by heightened public response to unfolding changes happening on a societal kind of level. Okay. China's Cultural Revolution intensified. Okay. Then we have the first lunar orbiter space exploration. Okay. And a lot of typhoon and air disaster was known across Asia in 1966. So for this year, it was marked by ideological intensity, fear, loyalty, and social pressure. So, having looked at these three fire horse, right, what are the similarities across all of them? If you notice, there were a lot of things going on in the society, and this caused a lot of heightened emotions and even strong public reaction to what is going on. Okay, some of it even resulted in polarized views, but overall there's this stress, fear, hope, or urgency felt at a societal level. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of change in your face. Are you okay? Okay, so remember just now I also mentioned that fire represents certain positive traits. So things like idea generation, creativity, bringing warmth, and positive impact to the society. Alright, so it's not all about all those dark and gloomy parts of the fire horse here, but there is also positive traits inside. Alright, and let's take a look at three prominent figures, right, who are just like us, who stood in the middle of this so-called gloomy fire horse here, but they actually emerged successful and even creating positive impacts on the society. So the first one is Mr. Tan Tock Seng. Okay, during that time, right, for the immigrants, they don't really have a lot of medical facilities, and Mr. Tan Tock Seng, he actually didn't rely on the colonial government to build those medical facilities. He actually took it upon himself to organize and fund for the building of a hospital that was later named after him. Okay, and the building was completed in 1846. Second person is Mr. Tan Kah Kee. So he used to be in the pineapple cannery business, but because of a series of events in 1906, right, his business started to went downhill. But he didn't go down with his business. In fact, he started to look for better ways to actually change his business or even venture into other areas. So in 1906, he actually saw a potential in the rubber plantation, and then using the creativity, right, to pivot his business over to that. And that was how he actually achieved success thereafter. And then the third one is actually Rajaratnam. So he's the first minister after Singapore gained independence. So during that time, post-separation from Malaysia, there was a lot of societal tension, racial tension, and all that. So he actually used words. He wrote the National Pledge, and then he contributed greatly to the establishment of Singapore citizens' identity. So these three figures, are they any different from us? Answer is no, they are same as us, humans, right? Okay, so what made them so successful? We can actually streamline into three positive traits that they have. So the first one is, despite facing a lot on the societal level during their time, they were able to manage their emotions well. Okay, they don't let their emotions run wild and then start to say things or do things that they regret later. Okay. Secondly, if you notice, they actually apply creativity to find solution for their problems, and then this eventually lead to actually bringing solution on the societal level. So when they try to solve their own problem, right, they actually some of times they also create positive impact on the society. And it's because of their resilience, their vision, and their leadership, right? They were able to turn challenges into opportunities. So remember the Wei Ji that I shared with you earlier on. So their focus was more on the Ji instead of the Wei. Okay? So so it goes back to us as well. So if let's say this year, right, we anticipate that it's going to be very emotionally charged. Are we going to focus on the negative of things, or are we going to focus on the positive of things? If we focus on the positive of things, then you see the word impossible becomes I am possible. I think this is the question that all of you are like looking forward to, right? Okay? So I will just bring your attention to three main areas. The first one is innovation. Okay, again AI. If you have kept note of the news, in the government, right, they have already been talking about using a lot of agentic AI in various sectors. So they are starting off with finance and also the healthcare sectors, with many more sectors to come. Okay, so of course, this were actually the emotions that were triggered out of this were firstly fear. Why fear? Because people start to scared that they don't have a job. Okay, yeah. So this is starting to be more apparent already. But if we look at the flip side of it, right, it's also because this fear of job insecurity that pushes people to adapt, to embrace AI into their lifestyle. Okay, and it might not be such a bad thing because you see, if the whole world is moving into embracing AI, and then for us to actually embrace AI and use it in our life, we are progressing with the rest of the world. So in the end, when the whole world is moving towards the AI era, we are not lagging behind. Okay? And then the second is geopolitics. So unfortunately, the US-China tension is here to stay. And if you all have noticed, right, since the second half of 2025, Singapore and US has this flickering kind of close relationship with US. So one moment we are like buddies with US, then suddenly they impose the tariff on us. Then suddenly they invite us back to some summit. Okay? So this is here to stay. And then of course the emotions that came out of it was like anger. Especially when they impose the tariff on us. Hey, I thought we are buddy. How come you impose the tariff on us? It's like a step in the back like that. Okay? The other one, anxiety, is because of it's not just US and China, with our neighboring countries as well. Okay? Especially for business owners, they no longer can just chong whatever they have planned to achieve for that year. They now have to adopt a wait and see approach. Because a lot of times they are not sure whether there will be sudden changes in the policy again and whether it will affect their business. So a lot of them are actually adopting a wait and see approach. Alright? And because of all this that's happening, right, which brings me to the last point, the pressure will lead and trickle to the citizens. So whether you are a student, whether you are an employee, whether you are a business owner, right, the pressure will come down to us. So suddenly we might feel being good is not enough. We might need to be world class in order to survive. And what happens is company may even start to force the employee to work even harder. And for employee side, right, what might happen is they might feel very burnt out. But because of the job insecurity, right, they dare not leave. So then this leads to a workplace culture where employees are physically there, but then they are emotionally checked out. They are not like just the body is there, the spirit and all not there. Okay? So of course, Chinese there might be other things that happen in this year. But why I highlight these three is because I feel that these three are the ones that potentially will create a huge emotion stir in all of us. Okay, I'm saying all this not to create fear in all of you, but more of awareness. Because when you're aware, and then you can start noticing whether all these emotions that I just mentioned, are they coming out? Only when you are aware, then you can control it. Okay, Chinese metaphysics is never definitive; it's always probability. So what I mean by this is, if any of the instances that I mentioned, right, from now until that thing happening, if someone decided to take a stand, no, I don't want this to happen, I want to change things, the course of action and the outcome will definitely change as well. Okay, so remember the Wei Ji. Okay, we focus on the opportunity instead of the danger. Alright, so with all this, right, having gone through the outlook for 2026 on a national level, my first gift to all of you is actually this notion of, or this term, mindfulness. Okay, surprise, not feng shui, no 八字. mindfulness. Okay, I'll slowly explain to you what is the link between all this now. Okay, so for mindfulness, why I decided to show this first, because I feel that this is something that will benefit all of you, especially in this potentially emotionally charged fire horse here. Okay, and what is mindfulness? It's not about emptying your brain or achieving a very zen-like state. No. It's about being aware of your inner states, your thoughts, your feelings, your urges. And then the keyword is in a non-judgmental manner. That means not avoiding it, not over-analyzing it, not judging it. Why? Because when you remove all of that, you remove all the filtered or colored lens that might be affecting the way you perceive the world. And at that moment, then you have clarity of what's actually happening. Okay?